the crowd, his fate was sealed. It was finished, no longer the pain. He'd done the work of glory, but it wasn't the end of the story. Outside the tomb where he was laid, he emerged and walked through the land. Those that came beheld his glory, but it wasn't the end of the story. On that mountain he faced all the darkness, and in that tomb he'd searched for the one, found the good transcending all borders, but the triumph had only begun. There was work to be done. This moment would not be in vain. They all knew they must share God's glory, but it wasn't the end of the story. So they changed and they grew and they challenged, spread the message of hope far and wide, took the light and told of his glory, but it wasn't the end of the story. On each mountain they faced their own darkness, and in each tomb they searched for the one, found the good transcending all borders, but the triumph had only begun. Now it's yours and it's mine. Find the light, let it shine. Now it's yours and it's mine. Make the steps, be the light. On each mountain we'll face any darkness. In each moment we'll search for the one, find the good transcending the borders, for our triumph has only begun. It's just begun. It's just begun. It's just begun. It's just begun. It isn't the end of this story. Thank you, thank you. Happy Easter, everybody. Welcome to Unity North. It's not the end of the story. We are passing a torch of light and love and goodness to each and every one of you, and we're delighted that you have chosen to be here today. We're not going to play small today. If you came here to play small, there's the door. We'll have to ask you to leave. But if you're here to live into the fullness and magnificence of your soul, then it's the perfect place to be on Easter morning. I have the opportunity as a minister to have mentees, to people that I help in ministry. And when Amanda called me and said, I'm going to be in town near you, I said, would you do the opening prayer? Would you please welcome one of my mentees and a fabulous minister in training, Amanda Adamson.
Thank you, Richard. Is this on? Okay. Well, good morning and happy Easter to all of you shiny, spiffy people this morning. Please join me in a moment of prayer. Loving Spirit that is all good and all life centered in us, we are fully present on this sacred Easter morning. We open our hearts and become ready to recognize that resurrection is ongoing. We breathe into this eternal renewal. We embrace this rejuvenation happening in us, in this church, and in the world. We claim the same power that Jesus demonstrated, the power that lifts us into expanded awareness, expanded courage, and expanded compassion. The tomb stands empty. Limitation has been overcome. And now the radiant Christ rises in us, through us, as us, with new understanding, new strength, new possibility. We embody our Christ nature and go forward as brilliant expressions of life in motion. And as spring awakens all around us, we awaken to the pattern of life recreating itself. This morning, we celebrate the divine renewal as happening here and now. We feel the joyful, powerful energy of new life surging through this room, lifting, expanding, preparing us for new good. With loving hearts and awakened minds, let's step into this Easter service ready and willing to be transformed at depth. And all the people said, Amen. And so it is.
Thank you so much, Amanda. Welcome to our home, to our family, and our community. We're so grateful that you are here. She's going to be an awesome minister.
So, Richard, before we get started, do you want to do a group song?
Oh, that would be nice.
All right, let's do that together.
You know, everybody needs an angel to remind you what's written on the script and on the paper. What are we singing? I arise, I arise. All right, take all the prayer, take all the energy, take all the truth, put it into your voice and your hands, your heart, your hips, up on your feet. And let's join our voices as one as we sing this song, I arise, I arise. Together we sing, I arise, I arise. I am a new creation. I arise, I arise in love. Come on, Unity, sing it out. I arise, I arise, I arise. I am a new creation. I arise, I arise in love. Bring the truth, you are a revelation. I'm a revelation, demonstration. I'm a revelation of God. I'm a revelation, demonstration. I'm a revelation of God. From the top, I arise, I arise. I am a new creation. I arise in love. I invite you to turn to your left or your right with a handshake or a hug and let somebody know you're grateful they're here this morning as you wish them Happy Easter. And we're extending that hand to those of you who are online. We are arising here in spirit, in love, and in truth. And we know you are as well. Wherever you may be, we join in spirit, we join in heart, and we all elevate the vibration and the truth and the life that's happening here in this room. It's being sent to each and every one of you. Thanks so much for being here online today or during the week. Happy Easter to each and every one of you. There's that one person you don't know. Don't miss them. Go say hi to them. Give them the gift of knowing you. All right, let's come on back now. I'm a revelation, demonstration. Raise your voice up through the rafters. Together we sing, I'm a revelation. Demonstration. I'm a revelation of God. Claim the truth of your being. I'm a revelation. Demonstration. I'm a revelation of God. You got one more shot at it. Let's sing it. I arise, I am a new creation. I arise in love. Give yourself a round of applause. You sound amazing this morning.
You may be seated, but a beautiful energy that is in the place this Easter Sunday. And a special thanks to our prayer chaplains who help us maintain this beautiful energy. Our prayer chaplains are here. They are discreetly holding space for us. They are seeing us in our highest and best selves. They are helping the light to emanate even brighter from us. So thank you so much.
Hiding among you today.
In corners in the room. But thank you so much. And they are available for prayer before and after service. So we've already heard some amazing music. At the beginning, you heard It Wasn't the End of the Story, which was written by our amazing Richard and our amazing Will. Two powerhouses. Today we have Tara Abundant singing Jesse Power's song, Let the Light Shine Through. We have a trio singing Home in the Holy by Mamuse. And we also get our Easter classic, And Now I Rise by Richard Burdick. So it is a packed Sunday of spiritual awakening. All right, so
That's the knocking in the tomb saying, let me out, let me out.
So we have a couple of announcements that we wanted to share with you. So if you wanted to get your phones out to take a picture of this slide, you absolutely can. One of the things that's really important is our prayer shawl ministry. So today, our prayer shawls are available in the back, so you can stop on the way out with a $20 suggested love offering. I have a prayer shawl at home. I do not regret it. Sometimes even looking at it reminds me that I am loved. And it is a beautiful thing to just have as part of your practice. We also have a science and spirituality class that is coming up. So you want to check the app and the website to get more information about that. We also have an estate planning session. So our estate planning session is on April 19th from 12:30 to 1:30 after church in the Peace Chapel, which is downstairs. So we wanted to make sure that you know that it's sponsored by the Prosperity Team and that estate planning is more important than people realize. So don't procrastinate in taking care of this important family business matter. Every adult, regardless of age, can benefit from attending. Topics will include wills, trust, beneficiaries, property distribution, probate, powers of attorney for financial and healthcare, living wills, and more. Join us for this powerful and informative hour, and you will leave with resources to guide you to your next steps. That's April 19th. Mark your calendars. We also have an Easter surprise for you, so I'm going to ask our resident Easter bunny to open our Easter egg. He's so amazing. Ta-da! Here we go. Let's see what the message is inside. And it says, this morning we have an Easter surprise from the program committee. And it must be regarding the raffle. So, by request, we are extending the raffle ticket sales until midnight this Friday on April 10th. So there's still time for you to get in the game. There is a table in the back, our rainbow with our bucket of gold, and you want to make sure that you get your ticket or 2 or 4 by April 10th at midnight.
I'm looking for the chocolate bunny.
I ate that before service. All right, my friends, we have a packed house today, and we might have some friends who are here for the very first time. So our welcome team is coming forward, and they have a welcome card in their hand. So that welcome card, that Let's Connect card, helps us get connected with you, helps you know what amazing things are happening in this place. There is always something going on here. So if you're here for the very first time, we would appreciate it if you would raise your hand nice and high in the air so we can share some love with you. Thank you so much. Make sure to keep your hand up. Keep your hand up till you get a card in your hand. The cards are coming. We've got one in the front row. Thank you so much. This is awesome. So all of our friends who are here for the very first time, keeping your hand up until you get that packet, know that downstairs in what we call Holy Grounds is a space for coffee and conversation. And so there's a specially marked table for newcomers. So please feel free to visit that table. And we are so glad that you are here with us on this Easter Sunday.
So this is a day of awakening. This is a day of discovery, a day of adventure. And as I mentioned, the chaplains, they're amongst you. I'm going to invite them to come forward. And they're going to hold space. They're going to circle as I sing this song. I'm going to invite, I think, 6 or 7 of our chaplains to just hold the container of possibility for your awakening. They have one purpose, to hold the unbroken awareness of the presence of God. And for each and every one of you, they're seeing you in your light, in your magnificence. They are channeling the veritable Christ. This is what Jesus did. He saw the wholeness. He saw the perfection. We follow his example, and our chaplains are holding that with you as you awaken, as you renew, as you replenish. Take a deep breath with me as we get ready for meditation. The song is, I Am Awakening. I am awakening to love. As those lyrics come up there and the lights come down, let's prepare the sanctuary of our soul by singing together this beautiful, beautiful hymn. I am awakening. I am awakening. I am awakening to love. Take it to the depth. Your commitment. I am awakening. I am awakening. I am awakening to love. And I am changing. And I am changing. Yes, I am changing. And I am changing. Yes, I am changing. From the top, everybody. I am awakening. I am awakening. I am awakening to love.
I invite you to, at this time, sit comfortably. Ground your feet into the floor. Adjust your body so that you feel as though you are stretching through your crown. Then let the body relax into the chair. Let the chair give you the gift of support. Close your outer eyes if you have not already done so. And be aware of stillness. You're aware of the ability to move, but now truly allow yourself to steep in stillness. Be aware of stillness. Begin to breathe deeply and mindfully. Exhaling and inhaling. Taking slow, smooth, seamless breaths. One breath like liquid dissolves into the next without any pausing or gaps. As you become aware of this deep, rhythmic breath, you may notice the physical body relaxing a little further. Maybe a sense of going a little more inside of yourself. I invite you to exhale as if the breath were moving from the very top center of your head down to the base of your torso. Inhale from the base of your torso like you were breathing through a straw up through your central axis to the top of your head. Again, on your own breath cycle, exhaling as if the breath were moving down. Inhaling as if the breath were floating back up. As you exhale along this central channel, you are grounding in your divine awareness. As you inhale up the channel, feel your awareness stretching up into the heavens. For a few more breath cycles, let this undulating, falling, rising breath bring you a deeper level of calm. Then feel the connection, the grounding of earth and the rising of heaven meet at the heart. The domain of the Christ consciousness at the level of your individuation. I invite you to open your inner eye, your mind's eye. Reach your vision into the presence of highest consciousness, felt deep in the cave of your heart. Let your awareness expand into that space. Feel into your heart, knowing that yours, mine, and all of the hearts in this space and beyond are emanating the light of the divine in and out through the heart. Feel that connection like a lattice from every heart in this room. See it in your mind's eye. Feel our oneness. There's nothing to do, nothing to add, nothing to subtract. We are connecting with our divinity, which is our true nature. For a few precious moments, use the breath, breathing in and out of that space to hold you in the silence that stretches to everyone and everything. Remain aware of that light, that lattice, connecting and expanding through every heart. As you reflect on the relative quietness of the mind, notice how smooth and even the breath has become. Feel the stillness of your body. Bring back the oneness, the connection, the direct experience of the light that you are as you gently open your eyes.
Let the light come through like a door wide open. Let it all be new. All that once was broken, let the light come through like a hearth in winter. Let it fill the room, ever warm and tender. It lives in me, it lives in you. So let the light come through. Let the light come through like a sacred morning. All hope renewed. See the world transforming. Illuminate the places in the dark. And let your light be like a blazing star. Remember that the light is where you are. It lives in me, it lives in you. So let the light come through. Let the light come through. There's no need for hiding. It was always you. Ever golden shining. Illuminate the places in the dark. And let your light be like a blazing star. Remember that the light is where you are. It lives in me, it lives in you. It lives in me, it lives in you. It lives in me, it lives in you. So let the light come through.
Terabundance. Beautiful. You know, when there's a challenge that comes from that lady that says, let the light come through, you know, she doesn't even need to speak it because she does it. She lives it, she breathes it, and wherever you go, you bring light. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And it's okay to clap for that. So let the light come through. Let that which is within you come forth. But why do we not do that? Why do we have to wait to Easter to have a song to remind us to shine, to remind us to rise, to remind us to be just the way we're created in the image and after the likeness of God, of perfection, of health, of goodness? Why do we need an Easter to do that? We don't. But why is it we have stopped that light from shining? Things that we have told ourselves between our ears, the lies that we have told ourselves. Who am I to do that? Who am I to shine? Or perhaps worse yet, the things that we have been told by others in our life. You're not good enough. You're not smart enough. You're not this enough. You're not that enough. And it's a shame, and I might get a little hard-hitting today. Religion has done that. Religion throughout the centuries has told us, you were born broken. You were born stained. You were born in needing to be fixed. And for centuries, we've perpetuated this idea every Easter, giving all the responsibility to letting the light shine through to one man who's somewhere in heaven going, you got it all wrong. Could you think again? Could you look at my words again? Could you look at my life? Could you look at my stories and maybe look with new eyes, with new ears? That's what Easter is. The revelation of Easter is looking with new eyes, with a new heart, with a new spirit. The world has asked for questions in stone halls, in sacred temples, in churches, in sacred quiet places. Was Jesus God? Say that with me. Was Jesus God? The question goes everywhere. And while that question was echoing around the globe and argued throughout time, something deeper was happening. Something beneath the surface. Maybe it was the Christ saying, pay attention. There's something else going on here. Something more profound and true was happening. Something perhaps more dangerous was trying to be heard beneath the noise. So let the light shine through. I have to get through the noise in order to shine the light. I have to get through the noise between my ears. I have to get through the noise in my life. And I have to get through the noise that is the human race. Beneath the surface, the revelation of Easter is not that Jesus was God. That's never been the point. The real revelation is that Jesus woke up to the breathtaking reality that God had chosen to do business as him and as everybody. That this man woke up, that we weren't broken or stained, but that God had chosen to do business as him and everybody. And he called that forth, let the light shine through. Sometimes as nice and sweet as the song, sometimes not nearly as nice and sweet. You've forgotten who you are. And you've believed a lie for too long. That's not who you are. That God had chosen to do business as all creation. Jesus was our example. He was not the exception. He was not the unattainable reality. He was the example of what could be on life, turning the hell on earth into a heaven on earth and putting the responsibility in our hands. And somewhere he's going, I think you got it mixed up. He led the way. And if we make Easter and this message today all about one man, we've missed his entire point. We've missed the whole point of Easter. Yes, God was there, alive, awake, breathing, and choosing to do business as the man Jesus. Absolutely beautifully done. And yes, God as love and light and life itself is alive, awake, breathing, and choosing to do business in the seat where you're sitting right now. Alive, awake, enthusiastic, if you will, and breathing and doing business as you and me, but more importantly, as us. The Christ is an us reality, a we reality, right here and right now. Breathe that in. Take a breath with me. Let the light come through. This is God as life with dust on its feet. her feet, his feet. With calloused hands, God with calloused hands from the work that's been done in the name of love and goodness. God as love at dinner tables, at weeping at gravesides, at hospital bedsides, touching the untouchables and loving the unlovable. We've done so many memorial services in this community over the last week, and I'm a little tired of funerals. But I say after everyone, the legacy will not be, oh, let's worship the person who died and say all the qualities. That's important. It's taking those qualities and living them and being them. And quit putting the responsibility for the legacy on earth on anybody else except yourself. To take what you admire, to take what you respect, to take what you worship, and to be it, to breathe it, to live it, and to express it without apology, without exception. Let the light come through. Let's read that statement today. God as love is alive, awake, breathing, and choosing to do business as us right here, right now. Who are you to stop God doing business as you? Who are you? That's the question I want to ask. A God who lives in one man can be worshiped, yes? But that's where the trouble begins. The trouble began and still lives today. A God who lives in everyone cannot be controlled. A God who lives in everyone cannot be controlled. A God that is enthroned in heaven, that's manageable. But a God that's alive in the human soul, that changes everything. It changes every paradigm. It changes the entire religious and spiritual environment. And we are change agents. Not accepting the status quo that says you're broken, you're stained, and you need to be fixed. You just have to wake up. The Buddha was asked at one point, what are you, a Messiah? No. What are you, a prophet? No. What are you, a savior? No. He said, then what are you? I'm awake. The same message of Jesus and Buddha. Wake up. Pay attention. That was his whole mission, for us to open our eyes and our ears and our heart to wake up. God has never been an energy for religion to manage. And that's what we've tried to do for a very long time. Let's manage the capacity of the light. It's a little too much. You want the truth, you can't handle the truth, so we keep God in a box. And we put God in one little person. One beautiful, holy, sacred, let's be clear about that. Awakened, enlightened, wise person. And then God lives in a box. And then there's no more expansion. I'm saying Jesus himself called for the expansion. Ours is to allow, to reveal, and to claim. God living in, through, around, and as all of us. And no system, no religious system gets to define your worth unless you allow it. Plain and simple. No system gets to control your value unless you allow it. No person. No fear gets to name your future. No voice of shame gets the final word. This is our Christed responsibility. It's not just a truth, it is our responsibility. To stop flapping our gums about Christ and start being Christ. To stop talking about the Christ and let the light come through. And to start being the light and let it come through you with every word you speak. With every thought you allow, every emotion in your heart, and every action you take. And so the real, true message of Easter had to be managed, boxed, framed in, contained, hidden, and yes, even suppressed. And religious leaders and kings did a pretty darn good job of that. But we're waking up. We're waking up, and let the waking up happen, because I'm tired of sleepwalking. And sleepwalking can look like the night of the living dead very quickly. And then we do put ourselves into a tomb and we just stay there in somebody else's limitation. Because the idea that you carry divine life within you is not only incredibly liberating, it can be the most disruptive truth imaginable. Yes, that you are the light of the world can be a disruptive truth. And the world says, stop messing with my system. Stop messing with my system. Get in line. Stop rocking the boat. Well, as I look at the very man that we're talking about today, he rocked the boat. He didn't play small. He spoke the truth without apology, and they did not like it, and so he was crucified for it. You may be crucified for it too, But love is more powerful. Let the light, let the love come through and know that it will carry you through whatever crucifixion, no matter what they might say. Because that will break chains, it will dissolve hierarchies, and it will dismantle any notion of us and them, which organized religion has done since the beginning of time. Us and them, the ones that belong and the ones that don't belong. And that's a paradigm that needs to die. We belong to each other. Say that with me. We belong to each other. You are more than you have ever been told. In Sunday school, you were more than you were told. We are more than perhaps what we have been told by political and religious systems. Ours is to rise and to not know that somebody paid a price for us to rise. It's the price has already been paid when you were brought onto the earth and given the challenge of shining the light, of being the love. That's not only liberating, but it can disrupt the status quo. You and me, and it whispers in the human heart, there's more to you. But yet, the message slipped through. Thank God for Charles and Myrtle Fillmore, Ernest Holmes, and all those people that said, something doesn't jive here. Something feels a little bit uncomfortable. In the words, in the silences, in the spaces between the sermons and the spaces between the scriptures, the kingdom of heaven is within you. Say that with me. The kingdom of heaven is within you. And I want you to make it personal as you place your hand on your heart. If you are led, some people don't like that, that's all right. Place it on your hip if you want. Because the kingdom of heaven is everywhere. Together, the kingdom of heaven is within me. Turn to somebody with all the light and the eyes of the Christ and say, the kingdom of heaven is within you. Not someday, not way back when, not somewhere, not in some people, not in one person, within you. When we begin to live from that truth, something beautiful begins to happen. Resurrection begins to happen, number one. We can no longer then be manipulated because we no longer bow to fear. Ours is not a religion based upon fear, and it will not ever be based upon fear because that is not the will of the one. That is not the will of God. And that fear is sometimes our own, and sometimes it belongs to somebody else. We no longer shrink to fit limitations or to fit expectations. We begin to rise. And guess what? A rising people are very difficult to control. Have you noticed that? A rising people are very difficult to control. Awakening disrupts comfort. Say that with me. Awakening disrupts comfort. Together, truth unsettles illusion. We are breaking down the walls externally and internally to let the light come through. The stinking thinking needs to be set aside externally and internally. And not everybody knows what to do with a life that refuses to play small. Have you met those people in your life? Not everybody knows what to do with a person that is not going to play small, but is going to live into their greatness. They didn't know what to do with Jesus. Let's just get rid of him. Oh, but there's more to the story. That wasn't the end of the story, and it isn't the end of your story. Not everyone knows what to do with that, but then we shine. We let the light come through, and then comes the cross. A cross. Not just wood, not just nails, but every moment the ego, the human ego, tries to press us back into limitation. And when the voices say, stay where you are. You ever have anybody that you know that likes you in their comfort zone? You know, we talk a lot about getting out of our comfort zone, but I got a whole bunch of people that want to keep me in their comfort zone, and they keep pushing me back into that circle, but love is more expansive than that. They say, don't shine too brightly. Don't believe too deeply in your own goodness. Who are you to claim, you arrogant SOB, to claim? Did I really say that? To claim your light, to claim your goodness. Who are you not to claim that? You want to honor the Christ. You want to honor Jesus. It's to take that message and read what he was talking about and not play small. Those were the people that took his words and twisted it and turned it and created a system to say that you were broken. So the cross comes. The cross is every force that tries to convince you that you're less than divine. And for a moment, it seems to work, yes? Anybody here ever been crucified by somebody? For a moment, it works. The dreams die. You get real quiet and silent. Maybe they're right. Maybe they're right. Maybe I don't have the value. Maybe I need to just play small and believe that I am broken and believe the lie that I need to be fixed and there's only one person that can fix me. Well, here's a reality. It is a truth. There is only one person that can fix you from your broken thoughts, and that's you. We're waiting around for the second coming of a Christ. Well, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the 10,000th coming has already happened. When you have the epiphany, there's more to me. There's more to express. There's more to live. There's more to know. But out comes the cross and we get crucified and the world says, see what happens when you rise. You should have just been a good little boy. You should have been just a good little girl and fallen in line lockstep. Let me tell you, history will show us what happens when you walk lockstep with a lie. It will show you what happens when you walk lockstep with something that has kept you small. The tomb is then sealed. We've got him where we need him in the box. The stone is rolled into place and everything appears finished. But it wasn't the end of the story. The truth echoes through eternity. You cannot bury what is eternal. Can you read that? Can you see that over there? Go ahead and read it with me. You cannot bury what is eternal. Breathe that, live that, know that in this now moment. The next one. You cannot silence what is divine. And then the last one. Breathe that in. You cannot imprison love itself, which is what you are. You were created. Love cannot be put down no matter how hard external forces try. It comes as a breath, a flicker, a revelation, a faint remembrance. I think I might be waking up just a little bit. You see, the stone does not roll away because somebody moved it. There's a debate that happens in churches. Why did it roll away? Where did it go? What happened here? It didn't roll away because somebody moved it. It rolled away because somebody inside refused to stay buried. Let's read that together. The stone didn't roll away because someone moved it. It rolled away because something inside refused to stay buried. I call that the Christ. Unity calls it the Christ. Call it the Buddha nature. Call it the Atman. Call it the Tao. Call it Fred. I don't care what you call it. I want you to have a relationship with it. That's what we do here, not just on Easter. We have a relationship with the light. So when somebody says, let the light come through, I've already got a relationship. I'm already dancing with the light. And then when you do that, everyone's going to put that stone back over the tomb. You're out of my comfort zone. That's resurrection when you don't allow it. Not just something that happened just to Jesus, and yes, it did happen to Jesus, but it's something that happens for all of us whenever we honor the call of our human soul to rise. When we stand again after being broken, that's resurrection. When we choose love over hate, and that's a difficult choice right now, isn't it? When we choose love over hate, that's resurrection. When we choose to get up on our feet and try again after a dark night of the soul, or love again after being hurt, rejected, betrayed, that's resurrection. When we remember our worth after failure, after forgetting it, that's resurrection. You know, I'm a lot less interested in what happened before the story. The apostles, they were lost, they were afraid, they were angry, they were upset, they wanted to go to war. After Easter, the apostles had vision. They had a purpose. They had a reason for living. That's who I want to emulate. Not the apostles before, but the apostles afterwards that found the Christ of their own being. The miracle is not that one life revealed God. The miracle is that God never stopped revealing itself through us. And the saddest part is that we just quit paying attention. And we listened to a story that said God only chooses some of us, a few of us. God is still doing business as every heart that dares to shine and to rise, and every hero and soul that chooses courage and refuses to stay buried beneath fear, shame, or limitation. God never stopped revealing itself through us when one man died and rose again. We are not separate from the Easter story. I want you to hear that. We're not separate from the Easter story. We are the Easter story. 2,000 years ago was an Easter story, but it's still happening. There isn't an end to the story. It's an unfolding of consciousness. It's an unfolding of truth. Let us rise above the voices that would diminish us and the systems that would contain us. Rise out of the tombs of doubt, fear, and forgetting, because something ancient is still speaking. And again, if you're led, put your hand on your heart. It's speaking at the depth of your soul right now. It's moving and stirring us to action. Something that's always been there, something that cannot and will not ever be destroyed. God, Spirit, Source, Truth, Love, not distant, not in one person, not separate, not someday, but this day. I'm less concerned about Easter 2,000 years ago, and I'm more concerned about Easter 2026 and how it's lived and breathed, how resurrection is happening in 2026. This is where the true story begins. Revelation leads to invitation. Next slide. Let's read this together. Revelation leads to invitation, and invitation leads to decision, and decision leads to action. There's that challenge that comes from this platform all the time. Be the change you want to see in the world. Stop waiting around for somebody to come back and make the change. Make the change. Stop waiting for somebody else to do it. Somebody should do something. Yes, somebody should do something, and you are somebody. Be somebody. Easter is a call to action, and here's my question today. If the universe is choosing to do business as you, if God is choosing to do business as you, what kind of life is it living through you? That's the question of Easter. That's the revelation that needs to happen. No shame or blame about your answer, but maybe it's, there needs to be a resurrection. I need to wake up. I need to remember the truth. Will we play small? Will we shrink back into old stories because it's comfortable and it's easy for people at the Easter breakfast table? Because it's easy for Uncle Joe, who's just happy with the truth he had 50 years ago, or the truth that's emerging today? Or will we rise into the vast, uncharted territory of who we were created to be? Following Jesus was not meant to be admiration. I want you to hear that. It was meant to be activation. Big difference. So many people, it's like, let's just admire and worship the man. It was meant to be an activated essence and reality in our consciousness. A new paradigm that lives within so that it can live without. He didn't say, worship me. I've looked. I've looked hard. He did not say, worship me once. But what did he say? Come on, you all know it. Follow me. Follow me. Come on, guys. Let's go this way. We can make the world a better place. We can make the world a better place. Walk where I have walked. Love where I have loved. See what I have seen. Know what I have known. Do what I have done. And then from the Gospel of John, love one another as I have loved you. Plain and simple. His words, not mine. Love one another as I have loved you. That is the challenge, to follow the example. This man that we worship, that we pray over, that we emulate, that we talk about every Easter, Christmas, and every Sunday in between. He told us the two greatest commandments, all the laws, everything else that's been done in his name falls on those two things. What are they? Love God with your heart, your mind, your soul, and your being. And the second is just like it. They are one. Love your neighbor as yourself. Easter is every time you choose kindness over duality. Easter and resurrection is every time you choose kindness, compassion, and love and generosity over what the world would tell you, separation, goats and sheep, Those that belong and those that don't belong. Those that are going to heaven and those that are going to hell. That is a lie that needs to stop on my watch. And it needs to stop on all of our watches. We belong to each other. And the healing we're seeking is in knowing this, but not just knowing it, making its way from our heart to our head, to our mouth, to our hands, and to our actions. That is resurrection. Dare to trust that the same love, and yes, you will be called a blasphemer. I have an aunt that told me what I'm saying here today, there's a special place in hell for me. And it would be easy to go, oh gosh, maybe I should play smaller. There is no hell other than God's here, but God's not over there. That's hell. God is in this person, but you're broken. That's hell. Oh, you're beautiful, you're shiny, your light comes through, but I can't let my light shine through. That is hell. And it is only an illusion that exists between our ears. Let your words, your actions, and your presence testify to love. And somewhere Jesus is smiling, going, you got it. You got it. Dare to step beyond the false idea that you are broken, stained, or needing fixing. I'm going to invite you guys to come up now. And step into the vastness of the pure potential of heaven that was placed within you, within your hands. A place of unbounded resource, unlimited creativity, unshakable heroic courage. Most people visit that briefly, but then they retreat. A nice Easter experience, and then we talk about church when December 24th comes around. A nice morning nicety, an experience. Easter asks way more of us than that. It asks us to live differently Monday through Saturday, not just a nice Sunday experience. You know, they say the week behind us is the week that changed the world. That this week in Jerusalem is a week that changed the world. I'm saying let's flip that paradigm. The week that will change the world is the week that's in front of us. The week is April 6th through the 13th, when you show up differently. A week where we speak more truthfully, love more boldly, and forgive more freely. A week where we follow the example and cross out the borders of human ignorance and extend the hand of oneness even when it is difficult. The man crossed borders. Everybody said, don't go talk to them. Don't go have a meal with them. Don't go sit at the well with them. But he says, no, I will do that because love is more powerful than your limited idea. Love is more powerful than your doctrine and your system. Let this Easter be a moment where we decide to stop making one man responsible for rescuing us from blindness and start taking responsibility for ourselves and our world. That's the Easter revelation I'm talking about today. Easter is not a passive celebration. It is a summons. It is a summons to rise above judgments, behaviors, and ignorance, to live as a Christed being. Together, let's read it. Easter is a summons to rise above judgments, behaviors, and ignorance, to live as a Christed being, to live as the holy essence of life, to live as the holy essence of the Christ, by whatever name you call it, Buddha, Atman, Tao, Fred. I'm going to call it Christine. I'm going to call it Larry. I'm going to call it Linda. I'm even going to call it Richard. That Richard, not this one. I'm still working on it. Let's stop talking about the Christ and let's start being the Christ. Let's stop talking about resurrection and reveal revelation. Reveal resurrection and be the fire that is tended and burning. This song is going to be a challenge for each of you to keep the fires burning.
I'm home in the holy.
I'm at home with the holy.
I'm stepping in fully
I'm stepping
to the
in.
shift, to the change, to the ground that's holding
Ground
me.
that's holding me.
I'm alive to the midnight,
I'm alive to the midnight.
wide-eyed in the twilight. Giving up, giving in, giving over to the mystery.
Giving over to the mystery.
May my life be an offering to serve our mutual flourishing. We are in the care of one another. I keep my inner fires burning to fuel the passion and the yearning. To give these gifts to keep on learning without end. I'm home in the holy.
I'm at home in the holy.
I'm stepping in fully to the ship, to the change, to the ground that's holding me.
Ground that's holding me.
I'm alive to the midnight.
I'm alive to the midnight.
Twilight in the twilight. Giving up, giving in, giving over to the mystery.
Giving over to the mystery.
May my life be an offering to serve our mutual flourishing. We are in the care of one another. Keep my inner fires burning to fuel the passion and the yearning.
Passion and the
To give these gifts to
yearning.
keep on learning without end.
Without end.
May my life be an offering to serve our mutual flourishing. We are in the care of one another. I keep my inner fires burning to fuel the passion and the yearning.
Passion and the
To give these gifts to keep on learning without end.
Without end.
I keep my inner fires burning to fuel the passion and the yearning.
Passion and the
To give these gifts to keep on learning without end.
Without end.
Natalie, Ren, Tara, and the Unity North Band, thank you. Thank you. Oh, my fellow light bearers and fellow spiritual seekers, let us channel this energy into our mission statement. Please join me. We are a loving community of spiritual seekers who celebrate diversity, acceptance, and oneness. And this offering today on our Easter Sunday, we will be passing the basket around. So for those who would like to prepare those gifts now, please take this time to do so. We know that there are many different ways to give. You can even use the QR code that is on your armchair and use that to connect with us. And anyone that's here for the very first time, you can also use that QR code to get connected with us, or put that Let's Connect card in the baskets that are about to come around. And we also know that the app and the website are also available for giving. But in advance, we are going to bless these beautiful light-bearing offerings that we are about to receive. So please join me as we say our offering blessing. We are so blessed. We are so prosperous. And it is our great pleasure to share our blessings and to share our prosperity. And in the giving, the entire world is blessed. Thank you, God. Let's lift our voices together as we sing our offering song. We are so blessed. We are so blessed. We are so grateful for all that we have. We are so blessed. We are so blessed. We are so grateful.
it's many Easters we do this song, but you know, it's a request of many people in the congregation. We have to do it again. If you know the lyrics, go ahead and sing them with me. They're not going to be on the screen, but it's now I rise and now I rise together, and now I rise. I have lived within the darkness, known the emptiness of night, felt the sting of bitter cold, the wounds of endless fights. But now I found there's more within me than any power of this life. For my spirit has found heaven in the resurrected Christ. And now I go, for now I rise. I have traveled to the bottom, the pit of my despair, found a strong and loving God, a voice beyond compare. And now I'm lifted so much higher than any power of the night. I am caught up in God's fire, and I'm living as God's light. Please stand. And now I rise. Yes, now I live above the pain, beyond the fear. For God has shown me to the light of what's possible. So now I see that I'm set free. And now I soar. Yes, now I fly. There are no chains to tie me down. I stand on higher ground. For now I live, and now I grow. For now I rise. I invite you to join hands as a symbol of the oneness. There's nothing that has ever been or will ever be that has any power over you. When you're down on bended knee, turn your focus to the Spirit and away from worldly things, and know the God that is within you gives your heart and soul their wings. Sing with me. And now I rise. Yes, now I live above the pain, beyond the fear. For God has shown me to the light of what's possible. So now I see that I'm set free. And now I soar. Yes, now I fly. There are no chains to hold me down. I stand on higher ground. For now I live, and now I grow. For now I fly, for now I know that I shall live and I shall grow. For now I rise. For now we rise, we rise, we rise. Let this Easter be a rising within you. Let's conclude with singing, I arise, I am a new creation. Hug somebody next to you and say, I behold the Christ in you. Put the hands together.